Here's a sneak peek of today's 3 spray painted planets with mountains. I just was so excited to create this painting today, and I didn't know what was going to happen, as usual, as I started. Thank you so much to my lovely members, Jill and Linda, and to all my subscribers. Your support really helps keep my channel going. So today we've got a moon rising in this spray painted planets piece. I really thought it looked like a moon coming up in the centre, as it was just behind the clouds and the colours that surrounded it. So I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Let me know. So today's the first piece that I've done that's completely spray painted. There's no fluid art. It's literally acrylic spray paint, and the spray paints that I'm using are Montana. These are the colours that I'm putting down. I'm layering the colours so that all sorts of different colours come up through the planets, and they're going to be different each one. And I've got different size circles to put on top. Now what I've learned already from this is don't use really deep pots to use as your circles. Try and use quite shallow ones, because that affects how you can paint around the circle. So you can see now I took those covers off, and these are the colours underneath. So as this is the first time that I'm creating planets in this way, usually I do fluid art piece and I then create shadows on top of the fluid art piece to create planets. This is the first time I'm creating planets by layering different spray paints, and these are Montana Gold, all of these paints here, other than the smaller ones that are Deco spray. So I'm placing the 3 different shapes on top of the planets. There's so many different ways you can do this. I can't wait to do some more to show you. So let me know what you think about this and how you might do things differently, or what colours you'd like to see. So what I'm doing now is I wanted to create a sort of a light line going through all 3 planets. So I'm using my gold yellow, beautiful colour. It's almost gold, but it's just the brightest yellow I could find, to go right across the planets. And then I'm also using the white there just to do another streak across. I've just learned how to do a straight line as well, so I'm going to show that in my next video. So I'm using my black now to do some of the spacey backgrounds. I'm highlighting the bottom parts of the planets and a little bit around the top, so I can show you my stars in the sky. Now the idea with this piece is I want to put a few mountains in, and I want to do a bit of cloud formation. So today I've got planets, clouds and mountains. And what I'm doing is I'm using a spray paint of different colours to layer and to build up. Some people now say, but what if you make a mistake? The lovely thing about spray paint is you can go over it and you can build it, and it creates depth. It's like a whole story, it's like a whole journey with spray paint. As you go along, you're changing what it looks like, what it feels like, and you don't know at this point what it's going to look like with the planets, the highlighted planets underneath. Now, what I've done on this one, which is something I've learned for the future, is the middle one, which becomes the moon. I ended up really wanting brighter colours, and so I changed the colours, and I'll show you the hints and tips about that bit towards the end. But for now I'm just showing you how I created this part, the top part of the spray painted planet piece. I'm now using that gold yellow again down below, because I want to create a sort of a build up of fields, a bit of light in front of the mountains, and also a bit of green. And I found this olive branch which is from one of our little olive trees in the garden, and I wanted to play around with the shape, and so I lay it down and I give it a bit of a spray, and I realised just how much spray you have to put down when you want the exact sort of shadow from underneath. But it looks really cool, doesn't it? I almost feel like leaving it there and adding it, and then I put it down again and I start to think, well, actually I want to add a bit of a pop of colour here. So I'm going to use orange and create something different, but for now I'm experimenting with my bamboo stick. This is a stirrer, one of my stirrers, and while the paint's still dry, I'm using the bamboo stick to dot it around and see what effects you can create. And I use that a bit later on because I can see on this point here, it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but I see on this bit here just how quickly the paint dries, but also how much you can change the form of the paint when you touch it with an instrument. So I'm now using my lovely orange, beautiful sunset orange colour by Gold, and you can see it's beginning to have a bit more of an impression from the leaf. So what I'm trying to do is just create shape and movement. You can use anything for that, but I like to use what's around me, and I picked up an olive branch that had fallen off one of our trees, and that's working really well. I'm using kitchen towel, and I've got a couple of other things I'm going to be using in a second, and you can see I'm just using my hand to protect the parts of the painting that I don't want to be covered in a particular colour. And I want a bit of light just below this planet, and I'm just experimenting with yellow and white, and this is going to end up being a highlighted part of the painting, which is sort of radiating from the moon, if you like, just above the mountains. So I'm using my beautiful green, sort of a fluorescent green, to layer a bit more, and I'm using my bamboo stick to start to create form and just to get a feel for where I want the mountains. So I'm taking off my 3 shapes, and I'm thinking, right, which ones am I happy with? I'm really happy with the one on the right, fairly happy with the one on the left, but the one in the middle, I think it needs more colour. What do you think? I'd love to know if you think you'd have added more colour in the central one, because I think with the orange on the right, if you're facing the painting, and down the bottom, just needs a bit more tying in. So with my bamboo stick, you just saw there, I just created lines, so I'm using it to do a straight line, and then underneath I'm going to work with the rest of that black paint, and I can see some lovely spits of the paint on the right hand side. I'm using it again with my green to do another straight line under the black, and then you can begin to see how the mountain's forming. So I'm just going to leave you with the music just for a moment while I use my bamboo stick and do a bit more spray painting, and I'll come back when I'm doing something a little bit different. But just enjoy the process and watch as it's evolved, because this was a whole experiment for me and I'm absolutely loving it. Don't forget to wear your mask and your gloves as well when you're spray painting. First and foremost, you've got to look after you and your health. I'll come back shortly. Enjoy the music.
Don't feel sorry. No one waits for you to come back, and I can't keep up now. A friend that pulls what keeps me intact, and I don't have to say it matters. I'm afraid I've let you down, so I will walk around these hours until I find myself in the mirror. I'm fooling you, so I will walk around these hours until I find myself in the mirror. I'm fooling you.
I'm experimenting here with some titanium white and some golden yellow, because I'd like to have some radiation from what is going to be the moon just above it, and I'm going to start creating clouds. So I'm using all sorts of things like olive branch, my bamboo stick, and I've got a piece of paper that I've cut out in different shapes and sizes to create the clouds just below the planet. And I'm using my bamboo stick to do some blending. So just enjoy the process as I create the clouds, and then that middle planet is going to magically change colour, so I shall come back shortly.
down to the river where the peace won't run dry. Gather round at the river where my soul comes to life and I come alive. Freedom, freedom, freedom for my body, soul, and mind. Freedom, freedom, here at the river where I leave it all behind.
In a second, you're going to see some embellishments, and I didn't show it on camera, but I used my bamboo stick and I used my favourite colour, which is iridescent gold by Golden, to highlight part of the mountains. Just coming to the end now of this painting. Oh, it's been such a ride. I've enjoyed every second. I'd love to know what you think about my mountains and the clouds when I show you the close-up, and you can see that middle planet has magically changed into a moon coloured golden glowing planet. So what do you think of these three, and what do you think of the finished result? I did carry on playing for a bit longer, and I've just signed it down the bottom. I'm really pleased with this one. I used a bit of gold as well from Golden, so let me know what you think of that. Here is a little heart that my lovely member Jill had as a result of cupping down her plum tree. I just had to show you that. It's just a lovely thing that she sent me, and an indicator of her creative mind. Isn't it amazing what nature can give you? So don't forget, your art is a piece of you. Let me know what you're creating. Let me know what you think of this piece, and if you have any suggestions, I love hearing from you. Love being on this journey with you. Thank you so much for being here, and take good care. See you soon, I hope. Bye.